Hey wine lovers, welcome to another episode of Our Poor Decisions. Well, we heard your feedback on the unboxing. We just got more shipments in just a couple of days ago. And B, I thought maybe we'd open it together.
Yeah, so we're back with the unboxing video part 2, and I think we should just dive right in. Let's start with the first box.
Yeah, so the excitement of this episode is that the 2002 Bordeaux Futures just started shipping. And maybe they hurried it up because of the tariffs that are coming Europe's way. Anyway, I got 2 of my wines from the 2022 Futures, and next week I'm getting another 8 or 10. But, you know, it's exciting to start opening the wines now. And then I also think we got some other really special wines. So.
Yeah, well, we'll post the Futures we get next week on our Instagram story, so make sure to follow us, b.and.pops.
I don't know the sequence here. We're going to just be pulling this up in total random sequence, okay?
Just like last time.
All right.
Box number 1.
All right, this is like Christmas in March. This is really exciting.
So they were able to ship it to you because it's still not that hot outside, so it was like a good time, just like fall was.
Yep, it was about, the temperature was in the 50s. It was perfect conditions. I still had it overnighted for AM delivery, just to make sure. But yeah, it's still a good time to ship. And of course that window is closing pretty quickly. Oh wow. Okay, so this actually is two really special wines. So I just recently learned about these wines, B.
Okay.
And I bought them at auction, and gosh, I sure wish they hadn't put stickers right over them all. This is Penfolds Bin 60A. So the Penfolds 60A has only been made in 2 vintages, and it became kind of known as one of the best wines produced ever. But I think it was meant as an experimental project. The first vintage was in 1962, and it was like this exceptional wine. And then in 2004, they made another bottling of the 60A to commemorate the 1962 bottling.
Okay.
And at auction, I kind of put a low bid in for the 6-bottle case and didn't really know if it was going to work, but I got it, and I'm so excited. Then I got something super special. Not that that wasn't as special, but then I got 6 bottles of 2004 Block 42. This is from Block 42 from the Kalimna vineyard in Bordeaux Valley. And it's 100% Cabernet. This is pre-phylloxera vines or rootstock planted in the 1880s, 1890s. And it's only made in like really rare years. I think 53, or actually I wrote that down somewhere.
I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, really exceptional. I got 6 bottles of that, put in a relatively low offer.
And boom, you got it, just
and
like
got
that.
The 6-bottle case. I just don't think that these wines are known. And so I can't wait to do an episode on this.
Okay, box number 2.
All right, let's do this. Oh wow, this is a really nice case of wine here. So this is a case of Oprio.
Oh, I was gonna say, I recognize the purple label.
I know, right? 6 bottles of the 2005.
Wow.
And then 6 bottles of the 2000.
Everyone was so upset for the 2000 Bordeaux retrospective because we didn't have Aubryon. And what was the reason for that?
Well, that was a Medoc tasting.
Yeah.
And so we didn't include Graves, but you know, maybe we should have included Graves. We did a video on the 1990, 2005, and 2019 Aubryon. So maybe we'll visit the 2000 vintage at some point.
Box number 3.
Hey, do you want to do the magnum? Some of our viewers are going to look at this knife and say, Pops, you're ruining the fantastic knife. I'm going to sharpen it later on. Don't worry about that.
I'm sure they're really concerned.
No, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what this is. Oh my gosh. Is that that's the first Magnum you had of Scarecrow?
No, it's not, but I am super excited about it. You know, Scarecrow still sells for, I mean, 60% of what a bottle of a Heartland sells for, and I think Scarecrow is every bit as good as Harlan. So, and you know, I love Harlan, but I feel like Scarecrow is, in my opinion, is fantastic.
I mean, this kind of is like box number 2, but I mean 3, but I'm just gonna call it 4 because I guess the Magnum counts as box 3.
So this is fun. So this is actually the futures.
Okay.
So the futures finally, like I said, started coming in. We're gonna get a bunch more futures coming in next week on Tuesday. We got Mouton, Lafitte, Emperyon, Angelus, Montrose, and a number more. This is the first parcel of the futures coming in, and I'm excited about that.
So how did you get these?
So got them in a couple of different places. So I bought some of the futures through Flickinger in Chicago, and I bought some of the futures through Total Wine Concierge Service.
Okay. And so this is...
So this is Trelon, which is Saint-Emilion. Your mom and I visited the winery there in 2023. We just had such a fantastic experience, and you know, of course I had to buy some of the futures. And then Chateau Canon from Saint-Emilion as well. I like Saint-Emilion. So these wines they're gonna have to be put away for, I don't know, I'm gonna say 10 to 15 years. I'm gonna say 15 years.
Okay, and you said you're gonna stop buying futures, right?
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but I'm gonna stop buying futures. I actually decided that I was gonna stop buying futures in 2019, but then the hype for 2022 Bordeaux was just so intense that I was like, okay, I gotta buy some of this. By the time I'm old enough to drink this, I might not be alive. It'll be good for you.
All right, next box. I'm gonna get like sad now.
You want to stick this over here? You got it?
Yeah, okay, just let go of it.
All right.
You want me to do it?
I got it.
Don't hurt your back.
Are you worried about me?
I think this is the last wine box that we have.
I think I got one more.
Oh, okay. It's never ending.
It really isn't, is it? Ooh. So this wine, your mom and I had, actually in Saint-Emilion, at a restaurant there. We enjoyed it so much. I also had a couple of bottles in the cellar, but I ended up buying a whole case from Europe.
Oh my gosh.
This is a 2005 Mouton. I just happen to think that this is a fantastic bottle of wine. Yeah,
that's pretty fancy for to get a whole case of that.
I know it was a splurge. There's no doubt about it. You know, there's a lot of discussions about travel shock, whether it's real or it's not real. When you have a wine that's 20 years old, I'm gonna give it plenty of time.
Yeah. Better. Here, I'll.
Oh, sorry. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Let go.
Where's your back? What about your back?
My back is good.
All right, so the first one here is the Cheval d'Andes, the Chateau Cheval Blanc, using their technology and their expertise in the Andes Mountains in the Mendoza region. Looks like about 50-50 between Cabernet and Malbec and 2% of Petit Verdot. We'll see. This is be interesting. So I think there should be 6 bottles of that. And yeah, they come in. So the paper's a little bit around here, but that's okay. It's a beautiful bottle. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty. It's very minimalistic, but it works.
No, it's really pretty, and you'll get a close up on that. There's 3 bottles here, B, that I want you to know about. This is just absolutely an extraordinary wine, and it's produced in very, very small quantities. This is McDonald.
Well, I like McDonald's, so maybe I'll like this one.
The king and queen of junk food. McDonald is a really, really small Cabernet production. And what's interesting about this is actually, it just says Oakville. But this is from the Touquelon vineyard. And there are 2 owners of it.
That in California?
Yeah, in Napa. Touquelon is probably one of the most famous vineyards. And the McDonald family own a plot on the Touquelon, but are not allowed to call it Touquelon. Because evidently Beckstoffer and Constellation Brands, or the Robert Mondavi, have trademarked the Touquelon name.
That seems like unfair, but okay.
And it's a plot of land. And it's from that plot of land, but somehow they can't call it To Kalon. It is beyond me. It's, unless you're a lawyer and you're making $2,000 an hour, I don't think you can really grasp this. We're gonna do an episode on McDonald, and I can't wait to try their wines. And I wanna share the fascinating story behind it. I think McDonald might be the toughest winery to get on the list of any winery. Last time I checked, it was something like 10 years to be on the list. Well, I'm not a very important person. I'm not gonna get on that list. But anyway, we bought 3 bottles of it. 1 bottle of 17 and 2 bottles of 21, I think. And I have a couple of other vintages. So I'm trying to get a little bit of vertical on McDonald, and just to be able to try the different vintages and see what it's all about. You got it? I feel really bad that you're lifting it.
You feel bad now, but you told me to carry all these in the wine cellar when they got delivered, so you don't feel that bad.
But that was because I wasn't here. So this is just for those to just wonder what the cases look like when they come in. Let's take this out. This is what it looks like on the inside. And what's really interesting is that this came from Europe. And so here's the band. So obviously they opened it on the import, checked it, verified everything is right.
Make sure there's like no drugs in there or something, or
I don't know. Or maybe made sure that it's actually the wine that they sold us. And then just put it in the case, shipped it separately. And then what I'm gonna probably do is put it back into the case and then store it with the other cases.
All right.
I love the original wood cases. Let us know if you're collecting wine, if you choose to take them out of the case or you leave them in the case. Be curious to know. I think they look fabulous, but that's just me. What about you, B?
I normally take my wine out of the cases.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. I wish we had something to cheers with this time, but it's in the middle of the day and I have work later.
All right.
Thanks for watching.